Postman delivered. Past due bill notice. Long clock rang. My brother Bill lives alone on the hill. He's got a peg leg and a big red nose. I went up to his place, but there was your smiling face, and he didn't have on any clothes. I finally had enough of all the fooling around you do. If any fool is fool enough to fall in love with you, you love me all, although I'll love you till the day I die. The lies that you tell the truth, and the truth is that you lie. My Uncle Frank is as big as a tank. He stands about 7'2", so sure of himself, but he felt like an elf after one little date with you. I finally had enough of all the fooling around you do. Any fool's fool enough to fall in love with you. You run me off, although I'll love you till the day I die. The lies that you tell the truth, and the truth is that you lie.
Hey Josh, two is in this one right here.
Had a big old car and a mouth in the dough. He met you, then boom, he works in the mail room. And he made you the CEO. I finally had enough of all the fooling around you. With any fool who's fool enough to fall in love with you. Love me all, although I'll love you till the day I die. The lies that you tell the truth, and the truth is that you lie. The lies that you tell the truth, and the truth is that you lie.
Welcome everybody, we're Sleep at the Wheel. Happy to be on this show. We love Bristol. Are you ready, boys? Miles and miles of Texas. Down on the old bayou, raised on shrimps and catfish. Mammy's good gum blow. You know I got to ramble.
3 minutes. 3 minutes.
Ma and Pa cross that old Red River, boys, and this is what I saw. I saw miles and miles of Texas, all the stars up in the sky. I saw miles and miles of Texas. I'm gonna live there till I die.
Yeah.
I heard you.
Just another reminder, please silence your phones, folks.
I rode up into Austin.
It's getting close to showtime. Also, hey, if you would do us a huge favor, there's a live video broadcast on Facebook. We do a 3-camera shoot. Go ahead and share it. Let folks see what you're experiencing firsthand. Make them jealous.
I saw miles and miles of Texas, all the stars up in the sky. I saw miles and miles of Texas. I'm gonna live there till I die.
Jerry, we can get the doors.
I started taming broncos and made every rodeo. Till I met a tough one, his name was Devil Joe. I grabbed hold of his bridle, tried to ride this old outlaw. He threw me from the saddle, boys, that is what I saw. I saw miles and miles.
Remember when I talked about being excited? Let's give
1
that a
minute.
try. Ready?
1 minute.
1, 2, 3. Farm and fun time! Yeah! Yeah! All right, nice. We got a good crowd. Good. Usually it takes a couple tries, but that was perfect.
All together, yeah. I saw miles and miles.
30 seconds.
I'm gonna live there till I die.
10 seconds.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Broadcasting from the birthplace of
5,
country music, this is
4,
WBCMLP
3.
Bristol.
In the blue hills of Virginia, where the tall pines kiss the sky, how my heart thrills in Virginia when the love shines in your eyes. In the evening, you're a picture so fair, mellow moonbeams kissing your hair. The blue hills of Virginia, I hope to win ya, sweetheart mine.
Radio Bristol presents Farm and Fun Time, made possible by Eastman Credit Union. Wherever life takes you, ECU is by your side.
In the evening, you're a picture so fair, mellow moonbeams kissing your hair. In the blue hills of Virginia, I hope to win ya, sweetheart mine.
Welcome! Live from the McLaughlin Performance Theater at the Birthplace of Country Music Museum. I'm your host, Farm and Fun Timer Kris Truelsen. Very happy to see you all in here for another live broadcast of Farm and Fun Time. We got another packed house as always. How is everybody? Good, good. Well, we've got a really wonderful show that we've been looking forward to for quite some time. I want to say hey to all the folks tuning in on the radio or in internet world on Facebook. We appreciate you tuning in. And we're going to just jump right on into things because we got a real jam-packed show, so let's not waste any time. Tonight's program features fingerstyle blues-picking legend Roy Bookbinder. He's going to be here. A wonderful, wonderful songwriting trio. The band Traveler is here, featuring Johnny Fritz, Robert Ellis, and Corey Chisel. This month for the Radio Bristol Farm Report, we're going to be heading up to Mossheim, Tennessee to check out Bales Farms, a farm run by celebrated musician Barry Bales, who some of you might know. And we're looking forward to that, yeah. Our Heirloom recipe segment features Jack Beck. He's going to take us over the pond to talk about his upbringing in Scotland and one of their staple foods, porridge. And we've got Farm and Fun Time House Band here, Bill in the Bells. Make everybody welcome. All right, we're going to jump on into it. This is a brand new song. Wrote this just a little while ago. We have not yet performed this, so let's give it a try and see what happens. It's called Get Up and Give It One More Try. It goes like this.
Some people would like you to believe it's not worth chasing your dream, though they may doubt you, what they don't know about you is you can do most anything. if you try. And when you stumble, don't ever lose your sight. Get up and give it one more try. And soon you'll be winning, so start grinning, 'cause today your luck is beginning to turn, turn, turn around. So give it your all in, stop stalling, just listen to your heart when it's calling. You'll be the talk of the town. You may fall every now and then, but you gotta pick yourself right up again. Lord and Mama, you gotta kick and shout. I know you can do it, so get to it. No better time than now to prove it. Get up and give it one more try. You may fall every now and then, but you gotta pick yourself right up again. Lord and Mama, you gotta kick and shout. I know you can do it, so get to it. No better time than now to prove it. Get up and give it one more try. Oh, get it.
Get up and give it one more try. Appreciate that. We've got a birthday on our hands here tonight, and it happens to be somebody in the band. It's Grace. So we'll get to some happy birthday songs a little bit later, but I just wanted to bring that to your attention because it's very important. Right now, we're gonna sing a song called "It Ain't Gonna Rain No More."
This one's for you, Grace. Thanks. 1, 2, 3.
Well, the night was dark and dreary, and the air was filled with sleet. Old man stood out in the field, had his shoes all full of feet. Well, it ain't gonna rain no more. Well, it ain't gonna rain no more. How in the world can the old folks tell it ain't gonna rain no more? Skeeter, he fly low. That old Skeeter land on me, well, he ain't gonna fly no more. I went to see Miss Sally. Miss Sally was not in. I sat down on a red hot stove and I got right up again. Well, it ain't gonna rain no more. Well, it ain't gonna rain no more. How in the world can the old folks tell it ain't gonna rain no more? I plowed my oxen, this year I plow my muley. Hand me down my split tail coat, I'm going home to Julie. Well, it ain't gonna rain no more. Well, it ain't gonna rain no more. How in the world can the old folks tell it ain't gonna rain no more? And I sat down under a bush. I sat down on a bumblebee. He pulled back up and pushed. I took my gal boat riding, and the water it was wet.
We both went out in the middle of the lake and she got her stockings wet. Well, it ain't gonna rain no more. Well, it ain't gonna rain no more. How in the world can the old folks tell it ain't gonna rain no more? And now a word from one of our wonderful sponsors, Eastman Credit Union.
Hi there, how you doing? Hope you don't mind us crooning about Eastman Credit Union. They're the reason that you're able to tune in. If you like all the things that we're doing, let them know how much you're approving. Say thank you, Eastman Credit Union.
Yes, tell them thanks for their support of Radio Bristol's Farm and Fun Time. Remember, ECU is there for you, from using your phone to transfer money, to making a deposit, signing loan documents from anywhere. For more information, visit ecu.org and join Farm and Fun Time in saying,
Thank you, Eastman Credit Union.
hey, thanks. Thank you, Eastman Credit Union. We appreciate all of your wonderful support. All right, it's time to get into our first segment of the evening, the Heirloom Recipe segment. Food is at the center of our culture and is so important in the Appalachian region. Food represents much more than what we eat. Food represents family, memories, history, place, and more. This month's presenter is Jack Beck. Jack was born in Dunfermline, Scotland, and lived most of his life there. Founding member of the band Heritage, one of the seminal traditional Scottish bands of the 70s and 80s, Jack was awarded an honorary lifetime membership in the Traditional Music and Song Association for his services to the Scottish traditional music. He spent 5 years as external examiner in Scots traditional song at the Royal Scottish Conservatory in Glasgow. Jack now has spent his last 12 years in Southwest Virginia in Big Stone Gap with his wife Wendy, where together they run the bookstore Tales of the Lonesome Pine. Please give a big old Farm and Fun Time welcome to Jack Beck.
Not my first time on the radio, I should say. I've got a passionate interest in the connections between Scotland and Appalachia, not just the ballads and songs and fiddle tunes, but many other connections, including food. And so I'm here to talk about porridge, which, of course, to you is breakfast oats, which is the same thing. Except my memories are of my grandfather, who used to make porridge for the whole family pretty regularly. He lived with us from before I was born right up until he died many years later. And that was one of his great traditions, was to make porridge for us. And he made it the old-fashioned way. He made it the night before. He would soak it overnight. And it's not rolled oats. It's pinhead, steel-cut oats. You know, a different thing altogether. So he would soak it overnight. And then in the morning it had to be boiled up with a pinch of salt in it, and stirred with a special stirring stick called a spurtle. And they're very common in Scotland, these spurtles. They're a piece of wood about that long, about an inch thick, and they often have the thistle carved into the top. And you have to stir clockwise, because if you stir anti-clockwise, the devil will get you. So, and I loved that, and of course we took it, there's no raisins or fruit in it, there's no sugar sprinkled on the top. If you tried to do that, you'd be, stuck in the corner for the day. The most you could do is maybe sprinkle a little more salt on it. But then you put milk, when you got into your bowl, and then you put some milk around the edge, and that's my great memory of porridge, and I still love to make porridge. But I'm going to finish up my description of porridge with a little song. A song I I had a terrible embarrassment back in the 1960s when I was singing with a group in a cafe in Edinburgh, and for people who were having their dinner, their supper. And I sang this song, and it's a very short song, and it's in Gaelic, you know, the Celtic language of the north of Scotland, which I am not fluent in at all. I learned it phonetically. All I knew was that it's about porridge. And there was a couple sitting, and this couple were, you know, fascinated by this particular song. So I went up at the end and I said to them, I noticed you were very interested in the song. And as soon as the guy spoke, I realised he was from this side of the Atlantic. I assumed he was from the United States. He then announced he was from Canada, and I should have, at that moment, should have just quietly walked away, because not only was he from Canada, he was from Nova Scotia. There are more Gaelic speakers in Nova Scotia than there are in the whole of Scotland, and he was the principal of the Gaelic College. The song goes like this. Brochen loom, tana loom, brochen loom a suchen, brochen loom, tana loom, brochen loom a suchen, brochen loom, tana loom, brochen loom a suchen, se brochen loom, se tana loom, se brochen loom a suchen, brochen tana tana tana, brochen loom a suchen, brochen tana tana tana, brochen loom a suchen, brochen tana tana tana, brochen loom a suchen, se brochen loom, se tana loom, se brochen loom a suchen. And it simply translates as, this is very watery, thin porridge. Over and over again. Thank you very much.
Zach Beck, everybody. Make sure to go and check out his wonderful bookstore over in Big Stone Gap, Tales of the Lonesome Pine. All right, it's time for round 2 of the Heirloom Recipe segment. Well, we already got a jingle, but I guess we're going to add to that jingle. This one here is kind of decided to talk about how confusing oats can be. Everybody calls them something different. So this is called Totes for Groats.
1, 2, 1, 2.
You may be totes for groats and a fool for grew. You may forage for porridge and eat your oatmeal too. But those of you that are confused with what to call these breakfast foods, we'll clarify for you.
Groats.
Unprocessed whole oats.
Steel cut.
Oats cut into 2 or 3 pieces.
Rolled oats.
Whole oats steamed and then flattened.
Gruel.
A thin porridge you can drink.
Porridge.
Made from rolled oats or ground oats and eaten across the UK and Scandinavia, and right here in the old US of A, better known as
Oatmeal.
You may be totes for groats and a fool for grew. You may forage for porridge and eat your oatmeal too. And remember, it's important to
eat your oats as they're a great source of dietary fiber. What was that? Nice.
The ghost train.
I think we had some flange added to that. Yeah, all right. That was odd. Are there spirits in here? All right. Well, thank you, Jack Beck, for that wonderful heirloom recipe segment. And now we are going to jump into another sponsor. Let me grab it. Window World Tri-Cities.
1, 2, 3.
Baseballs, double hung and sliders. Window World, they're your window provider. Their selection, it just keeps getting wider on baseballs, double hung and sliders.
Yes, for bays, bows, double hung, and sliders. It's Window World, where all products are custom built and American made. For free in-home consultation, windowworldtricities.com.
Baseballs, double hung and sliders. Window World, they're your window provider. Their selection, it just keeps getting wider on baseballs, double hung and sliders.
All right, it is time for our first musical act of the evening. We've got with us tonight, folks, an American roots legend. Roy Bookbinder has toured the world over the past 50 years, bringing the wonders of bare-knuckled, stripped-down guitar playing combined with light-hearted delivery that I can only describe as uniquely the book. Early on in his career, Roy learned and played from some of the masters like Reverend Gary Davis, Pink Anderson, some of the best of the best. He's got his latest record, The Good Book. Roy continues his never-ending world tour. We're thrilled to have with us here on Farm and Fun Time this evening a fella I'm proud to call my friend, Mr. Roy Bookbinder, everybody.
Wow, thank you very much. This is a heck of a deal here, isn't it? I thought I'd seen it all. I'm going to tell you about this song here. I got this from an old fella down in Spartanburg, South Carolina, when I was a long time ago. And his name was Pink Anderson. It's a long story of how I got there and ended up with him. And I'm not going to tell you the whole story, but you know, he said, that was you playing my song, wasn't it? I said, yes, sir, it was. He said, do you know how? He said, I played that song for over 50 years. I was a young guy. I thought, my God, he's playing the same song for 50 years. I've been playing this song now for 60 years. That's a good intro. You guitar players take note. I'm going to do it again. I just want to tell you about a man named Boone. His home was down here in Tennessee. He made his living stealing chickens and anything he could see. The pop-eyed man run so fast, his feet never did stay in a row. If a freight train passed, it didn't matter how fast that boy would get on board. He was a traveling man. He certainly was a traveling man, that's right. He was the most travelingest man that ever was in that land. Yeah, he traveled everywhere. He was known for many miles around. Didn't get caught and he never got whooped until the police shot him down. Now listen, the police hired them an automobile with the purpose just to chase old Boone. They chasing that cat from 6 in the morning till 7:30 the next afternoon. You know the pop-eyed man runs so fast, his fire come from his heels. He burned up the cotton and he scorched the corn. He might as well have drove through the farmer's field. He was a traveling man. That's what they said. He certainly was a traveling man. He was the most, that's right, in the land. Yes, he traveled, like I said. He was known for many miles around. Didn't get caught and he didn't get whooped till the police shot him down. Now listen, that boy went down to the spring one day to get himself a pail of water. The distance that the rascal had to go couldn't have been more than 2 doggone miles and a quarter. Got there and got his water, but when he started back, he stumbled and fell down. Ran to the house, got himself another bucket, caught the water before it touched the ground. That's right, he certainly was a traveling man. The people said he was the most travelingest man that ever was in a doggone land. Traveled everywhere. Yes, he was known for many miles around. Didn't get caught, didn't get whooped, like I said, till the police shot him down. Now the boy was on the Titanic ship the day it was going down. He was standing out by the port side. They said he had his head hung down. When that boy jumped overboard, everybody said he was a fool. About 2 minutes after that, the cat was shooting dice in Liverpool. He was a traveling man. That's right, he certainly was a traveling man. You know what I'm saying, that's right. He traveled everywhere. He was known for many miles around. Didn't get caught and never got whooped till the police shot him down. Now listen, police shot him with a rifle. The bullet went through his head. People, they were coming from miles around to see if the traveling man was really dead. They telegram way down south where his mama lived. She was upset and carried away with tears. She woke up and opened the coffin's lid. The fool had disappeared. He was a traveling man. He certainly was a traveling man. You know what I'm saying. The boy traveled a lot. traveled everywhere. Yes, he was known for many miles around. He did get caught, never got whooped till the police shot him down. It ain't over yet. Now the police caught the traveling man, had him up to hang one day. The jurymen all asked the traveling man, what do you got to say? Begged the jurymen to bow their heads in prayer. They crossed a leg and he winked an eye and it went up through the air. He was a traveling man, like I was trying to say the whole time. Thank you very much. I've been playing that song for a long time. I got time for another song here. I'm going to do you. This is one of my new compositions. It's not that new, but it's newer than that. This is from my hit album, The Good Book. That's on Peg Leg Records. That's my record company. I used to record for Rounder, Flying Fish, Blue Goose, all kinds of weird record companies, and then we started our own company, the Peg Leg Records. I actually knew 3 peg-legged dancers. Yeah, it was big. You draw a crowd, if you got it on a poster. Peg-Leg Sam was from down around Jonesboro, South Carolina. Peg-Leg Bates, I don't know where he was from, but he did the best. He ended up in a big star. He was in motion pictures dancing with another guy. You can see that somewhere. There's a film of them tap dancing down a spiral staircase in tuxedos in a 1929 movie. And they were billed right through the 60s. They were working Las Vegas. When Jerry Lewis broke up with the singer, he used to get those 2 guys to dance and be the opening act. And I seen a picture of the marquee. It said Jerry Lewis, and then it said 3 legs and a peg. That's what they called the group. Anyway, this is a song. What the heck's the name of this song? Could have been worse. On Peg Leg Records. Our motto with Peg Leg, of course, is we walk our own damn way. Where can you get a Peg Leg record? Right out in the lobby. God bless you, son. Well, my good gal left with another man. I won't be missing her raising sand. She ain't good looking and she don't dress fine. The girl can't cook and she's always lying. Could have been worse, they say. Could have been worse, you know. Could have been worse, just wait, that's right. Could have been worse, you'll see. You know her mama don't like me, she told me so. In my business, sticks her nose, she'll pop in, doesn't have a clue, and she'll catch us doing the dippity-doo. It could have been worse, they say. Could have been worse, you know. Could have been worse, just wait, that's right. Pick it, Roy. Could have been worse, they say. Could have been worse, you know. Yes, it could have been worse, just wait. Could have been worse, you'll see. You know that she's telling stories on all her friends, who's doing who to what, where, and when. She can't keep her mouth shut, that's for sure. If she hears some trash, just wants some more. Could have been worse, they say. Could have been worse, you know. Could have been worse, just wait, that's right. It could have been worse. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Got a good audience over there, so got some screamers over there. I'm used to it, though. Back in the old days, and I was, during my Nashville period, pretty much doing the same show with a bigger hat and baggier pants and suspenders. Good old Ralph Emery. I was on his show 30 times. That's a long story. I don't have time to tell you tonight, but I'll tell you another time. But that was a lot of fun, that. Grandpa Jones was a little nervous because I had a really big mustache, but he was okay. I'll do you the song I wrote. Let's see what I'll do. I'm going to do this one here. You know, a lot of people back in the old days, before you had a Walgreens and a CVS on every corner, the drugstores, they used to have medicine shows to travel through the land. And a doctor started with wagons and then flatbed trucks, you know. And my friend Pink Anderson, he worked medicine shows. He told me he went out in '09 the first time. The first '09, not the last one. Peg Leg Sam was part of the show, too. They worked for C.W. Blair's medicine show, and then Dr. Kerr's medicine show, and ended up with Chief Thundercloud's medicine show. A lot of Indian chiefs had medicine shows. I don't know anything about that, but it's just weird. But Pink Anderson, he retired in '61 because he had a stroke, so he missed the folk music revival. But Peg Leg Sam was still working with Thundercloud when I met Pink in '67. And they decided, Pink and Peg, that I should go out with Chief Thundercloud's medicine show. I was very excited about that. But then that winter, Pink called me up on the phone, and he said, the tour's off. I said, what happened? He said, the chief. I said, what happened to the chief? He said, his heart attacked him. I said, what do you mean? He said, he's dead. I said, oh, I see. That's going to be chapter 11 in my book, Near Brushes with Stardom. I could go on and on with this, but I only got a short set, so I'll get to the song. It's called Step Right Up, because, you know, they got to get the crowd up. The musicians, the entertainers would drag the streets to pull the crowd in, you know. Some of you remember there was a group called The Band. That was clever, The Band. And they had a song, W.C. Walcott's Medicine Show. There was a line in there about the lady with the diamond teeth. I knew her. I did. You can't make this stuff up. Diamond Teeth Mary was retired in Bradenton, Florida. I live in St. Petersburg, Florida now. After living in the bus for about 18 years with the first two wives, I met the third wife. She took me home and showed me that little cottage, and I fell in love with it. Plus, she had a job. I mean, it's like I hit the quinella, you know, the quinella. So I got to meet Diamond Teeth Mary, and she's in my song, and so is Peg Leg Sam and all them people. This is Step Right Up. This is on my album, The Good Book. Step right up, folks, you just got to see the magnificent, magical, mysterious menagerie. It'll amaze, it'll amuse, it'll arouse and astound. No doubt the most bodacious show in town. Pack up your sorries, kiss away your cares. You won't have to worry no more. If you're tired and run down and life ain't worth living no more, you can't hardly drag yourself out of bed like before. You got no health, no vitality, no vigor, no zest. The Chief's Indian remedy elixir's the best. Don't hesitate, you don't want to be late. Get there before it's all gone, yeah. They got a peg-legged dancer and an Indian chief, a blues-singing lady with diamonds in her teeth. Why, they got him a two-headed turtle, man, you just gotta see it. They got a chicken that can count to 10, no lie. Follow them down to the free show tonight. You don't want to miss it begin. Step right up, folks, you just got to see the magnificent, magical, mysterious menagerie. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That was the shorter version because I forgot 2 verses, but that's good. That's good. You know, I'm on a short leash here, as they say. Oh boy, this is fun. Now I'm going to play an old-time song from 1929, not by me. There was a great guitar playing blues singer named Blind Blake, and he was recorded up in Chicago. Recorded over 80 songs. That was a lot of songs, the old 78s there, and he disappeared in '32. 1932, the record industry kind of went south during the Depression. Enough politics and history. I'll just get into the song. But he was a great guitar player. I met people, old guys, back in the 60s. Back in the 60s, the great folk music revival, we referred to it as the folk music scare up north. A lot of old-time banjo players and fiddle players got discovered down here in these mountains and went up and played festivals and colleges. And that was the beginning of all this. And probably why we're here, and they found a lot of these old blues singers. And I asked the guys that recorded back in the 20s, they never met, nobody knew what happened to Blind Blake. It disappeared. But just recently, somebody found his obituary in Milwaukee. Died in '32 of tuberculosis. Go figure. He recorded all 80 songs up in Grafton, Wisconsin, so it was convenient to live in Milwaukee, I guess. I'm still thinking that over. Anyway, I love the way he played the guitar. They were all a little different, and I did the best I could. I tried to copy everybody, but I ended up with this. This is what you get. Met a gal at a cabaret. She said, "Pretty Papa, you going my way?" She was mad to know what it was all about. The girl took me home just to kick me out. She broke my nose, split my chin. She said she did not want me round again. She chased me out through the kitchen and into the hall. The girl beat me with a chair till my head got sore. That'll never happen no more. That'll never happen no more. What? That'll never happen no more. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. I'm looking for a new gal. I'm tired of sleeping by myself. Never happen no more. That'll never happen no more. Now I lived in Chicago in the winter and fall. Told me to wear my overalls. I got broke, it was my fault. I was usually eating pork chops without no salt. You know, I met a sweet little gal with a big mink coat. She had a Cadillac car and a 40-foot boat. Pulled a gun, she took my dough. I didn't holler and I didn't get sore. That's right. That'll never happen no more. That'll never happen no more. Mama bought a chicken and she thought it was a duck. Put it on the table with its legs stuck up. That'll never happen no more. Now I went to a party last Saturday night. I got into drinking. I was feeling all right. Lit up a cigarette and I smoked some gin. I was sitting back waiting for the fun to begin. A sweet little gal come up on me. She said, "Hey, Roy, Daddy, let's." I woke up the next morning in an empty bed, pockets empty and a pain in my head. That'll never happen no more. That'll never happen no more. I said, "You know, I used to dance with a woman that they called Cherry Red. When I got through boogieing, the fool fell dead." No, that'll never happen no more. I mean, that'll never happen no more. I said, that will never happen no more. This is a very friendly reception. I think I'll move here. I got to stick with the new wife. We're having our 20th anniversary December 2nd. How about that? She's taking me to Paris, Texas. I did another one that I made up. Clock's ticking here. What you gonna do when your baby said you're gonna pack up and go? What you gonna do when the gal you love says she doesn't want you no more? Well, you can run, you can hide, catch a freight train. The life that you was leading's never going to be the same. What you gonna do? Now what you gonna do? Down on your luck, you got your money on a pony, won't run. What you gonna do? You're down to your last buck, man. You know that you just can't buy no more fun. You know what should have happened. You know what would have been. You know it could have got there, man. Your pony didn't win. What you gonna do? what you gonna do? You get a call from the bank, get out the house you live in, ain't your home. What you gonna do? They take your automobile, they leave you on the streets all alone. You can tell your ma, you can tell your pa, but they never want to see you back in Arkansas. What you gonna do when your baby said you're gonna pack up and go? Yeah, what you gonna do? You come to find out that your baby's been stepping out on you. What you gonna do? You finally see the light, realize you never even had a clue. She used to drive you all day, she used to ride you all night. Now the girl don't do nothing, Lord, but fuss and fight. What you gonna do? Thank you very much. It's really weird to be on a time schedule. I'm going to finish up with my hit song, The Good Book. That's what the family calls me. Not really. This is a song that was influenced by my, in the 60s, when I got out of the Navy in 65, I spent 3 years terrorizing Italian villages, and I still have guilt. But I started to travel with the Reverend Gary Davis, who sang on the streets most of his life until Peter, Paul, and Mary recorded one of his songs, and for 12 years he was a star. He died owning 2 homes, picking the guitar. His music recorded by the Grateful Dead, etc., etc., etc. There's a film out called The Heirloom Street Singer. I'm in it. So is Jorma Kaukonen and Jerry Douglas, and not Jerry Douglas, a whole bunch of guys. Taj Mahal, Peter, Paul, and Mary. Taj Mahal. But anyway, thank you so much for being so kind. It's great to be on this show. Well, my mama told me, my papa told me too. The good book's got the answers, it will tell you what to do. The good book's got the answers, you just wait and see. The good book's got the answers there, just for you and me. Learn to sing and dance, you better work and play real hard. And watch you step along the way on your journey to the stars. Be good to the children, the old and feeble too. Don't you be doing to others what you don't want done to you. Mind your own business, keep singing a happy song. A soldier in God's army always knows what's right from wrong. Don't be wanting what's not yours, give thanks, you got a lot. You ain't never gonna miss what you don't have, or get from them that's got. Fussing and a fighting is not the righteous way. You just best be quiet if you've got nothing good to say. So, my mama told me, my papa told me too. The good book's got the answers, it'll tell you what to do. Good book's got the answers, you just wait and see. Good book's got the answers there, just for you and me. Thank you so much.
Roy Bookbinder. The Good Book. His new record is available now at roybookbinder.com. What a tremendous fella he is. I just love the book. Now, friends, it's time for the Radio Bristol Farm Report, made possible by HVAC and Ed Hill, a full-service specialty contractor offering a full complement of building solutions for plumbing, heating, ventilation, building automation, geothermal, solar, wind, and more. For more information, visit hvacbristol.com. Thank you. The Farm Report profiles regional farmers strengthening our community through sustainable, eco-friendly practices, helping to positively impact our region's food access and health. Every month, we visit a regional farm and do a profile piece on that farm. This month, we visited celebrated musician Barry Bales, who, when not touring with the likes of Alison Krauss and Union Station and the Earls of Leicester, he can be found on his farm over in Mossheim, Tennessee, where he and his family raise a variety of high-quality meats, pastured and grass-fed. Let's check out this farm report to learn a little more.
I'm Barry Bales. This is my wife Allison, our son Marshall, and this is Bales Farms in Mossheim, Tennessee. We've been here since 1882, my family has. Marshall is sixth generation to live here and work here. And I was born and raised in Kingsport, but my grandparents lived here and my mom was born and raised here, and I feel like I was, because vast majority of my childhood up until I left for college was spent here on the farm. It's still a handful, and definitely when I have to go on the road for long periods of time, we don't have any farm help currently. It's on these two, and as I mentioned earlier, by nature, I'm pretty lazy anyway, and combined with me being gone, I've tried to set things up to where it's minimal effort to get the job done, to get all the chores done, to get everybody fed and watered. Right now, we're raising grass-fed, grass-finished beef, all grass, no grain, and we've had great success with that. I've been very, very pleased with the end product. We're doing pastured pork. We have our pigs in a sizable woodlot right now, and we're about to move them out to a new pasture. And one of our most popular things that we do is the pastured poultry. We're raising broilers out on pasture and chicken tractors, and out in the sunshine, fresh air, and it's going really well.
And Marshall's award-winning eggs.
And eggs, pastured eggs. Marshall, yeah. That's another thing, I wanted to teach him a little bit of business acumen, so he's the egg man. The egg business is his. Absolutely, that's a huge thing to me, is the tradition, the family tie, the story. And again, not just because it's us. I think above and beyond just what we're doing, raising grass-fed beef, grass-fed this, whatever, it's a pretty cool story. 6 generations is a pretty rare thing in this day and age, in the same state, let alone on the same farm, still farming. I really wanted Marshall to have a taste of what I had as a child, and so many great memories, so many great experiences here.
And Sustainable Development's website at asdevelop.org. A big thanks to Barry Bales and his family for being so welcoming and showing us around that great farm. To learn more about Bales Farms, you can visit their Facebook page, Bales Farms, Tennessee. And for folks at home, we will be sharing that video. If you're listening over the FM, you might not have been able to see the video. So go and check out our Facebook page tomorrow, and that will be up on there. Thank you, folks. We're going to jump into a tune now that doesn't have much to do with farming. It's called The Man Who Comes Around.
1, 2, 1, 2.
There's a man that comes to our house every single day. Papa comes home and the man goes away. Oh, Papa does the work and Mama gets the pay. And the man comes around when Papa goes away.
The man who comes to our house, he's very nice. He comes in the summertime and he brings Mama ice. Just a little teeny weeny bit that'll soon froth away. He has to come back again later in the day. There's a man that comes to our house every single day. Papa comes home and the man goes away. Oh, Papa does the work and Mama gets the pay. And the man comes around when Papa goes away. The man who comes to our house, he comes to sell a brush. He comes in a hurry and then he leaves in a rush. And every time he leaves, well, Mama's in a pet if she didn't get everything that she thought she ought to get. There's a man that comes to our house every single day. Papa comes home and the man goes away. Oh, Papa does the work and Mama gets the pay. And the man comes around when Papa goes away. The man who comes to our house, he drives a Cadillac. He drives around the corner, then he parks it in the back. And every time he comes to the door, he's always sure to greet her with an open up honey bunch and let me check your meter. There's a man that comes to our house every single day. Papa comes home and the man goes away. Oh, Papa does the work and Mama gets the pay. And the man comes around when Papa goes away. Oh, you bad mama. When I grow to be a man, I'm not going to be a plumber or a janitor, oh no siree. I won't be a doctor in an office downtown. I'd rather be a man that just likes to come around. There's a man that comes to our house every single day. Papa comes home and the man goes away. Oh, Papa does the work and Mama gets the pay. And the man comes around when Papa goes away. There's a man that comes to our house every single day. Papa comes home and the man goes away. Oh, Papa does the work and Mama gets the pay. And the man comes around when Papa goes away. The man who comes around. And now a word from Friends of Southwest Virginia. No matter time or season, there will always be a reason to see a different side of Virginia. We think that it's your duty to explore this place of beauty. Come and see a different side of Virginia. This message is brought to you by Friends of Southwest Virginia, an organization committed to preserving, promoting, and presenting the cultural and natural assets of the 19 counties in our region. Visit myswva.org to discover a different side of Virginia. If you needed one more reason to visit this here region, farm and fun time broadcast from Southwest Virginia. Thank you, Friends of Southwest Virginia. All right, folks, it is time for our next guest this evening, featuring three incredibly accomplished songwriters, Johnny Fritz, Robert Ellis, and Corey Chisel. A few years back, these friends decided to put together a side project titled Traveler, a band which effortlessly incorporates three unique voices, distinct approaches to songwriting, and no doubt top-of-the-line musicianship. Their long-awaited record, Western Movies, just came out last week, I believe, and it's pretty astoundingly good, folks, so go check it out. We're very lucky to have with us here on Farm and Fun Time on their farewell tour, Traveler. Hey, thanks, guys.
All right. It is kind of funny to release a record and then promote a tour, the last farewell tour.
I don't get it.
It's over.
Brace yourselves, guys. We're gonna rock.
me crazy. And if I let it, it'll ruin my day. Terrified of winning, but I don't want to lose. And I can't get out of my own way. And there ain't no way out of here. I've tried every door. I would turn around and run, but I'm too scared. And I'm running out of runway, and the pedal's stuck to the floor. Oh, someone come and get me out of here.
Well, I'm standing on the edge of greatness, and I'm just a cup of coffee away, waiting for them to come and bring me a pen. When I feel the things start slipping away, I always go and overdo it. Well, drum hold me, I think I've done it again. Something good starts to come my way, and I feel the walls start closing in, and there ain't no way out of here. I've tried every door. I would turn around and run, but I'm too scared. I'm running out of runway, and the pedal's stuck to the floor. Oh, won't someone come and get me out of here?
In hindsight, and I only want what's not in store, and there ain't no way out of here. I've tried every door. I would turn around and run, but I'm too scared. And I'm running out of runway, and the pedal's stuck to the floor. Oh, won't someone come and get me out of here? Someone come and get me out of here.
Wow, thank you all. My goodness. This is the best gig ever. All right, this one is called Nobody Makes It Out.
This little town's gonna drive me crazy. It only talks to itself. I look around here and nothing's changing. Oh, I wish I could help. Stuck on the tip of your tongue without speaking, never going nowhere. When I was young, I would dream of leaving, but now I don't even care. Oh, 'cause I know now one thing I've learned in this one old town is that nobody makes it out.
This little town ain't got no sense of humor, can't even laugh at itself. I think think there must be something in the water, 'cause I get so down on myself. Stuck on the tip of your tongue without speaking, never going nowhere. When I was young, I would dream of leaving, but now I don't even care. Oh, 'cause I know now what I've learned in this one-horse town is that nobody makes it out. Friday night we'll go down to the quarry, jump off the cliff in the dark. I was willing, but she wasn't ready. The only tape in my car, stuck on the tip of your tongue without speaking, never going nowhere. When I was young, I would dream of leaving, but now I don't even care. Oh, 'cause I know now what I learned in this one-horse town is that nobody makes it out. No, nobody makes it out. No, nobody makes it out.
This is a children's song. They kind of all are, I guess. We're kind of a children's band. This song called Western Movies. I think you'll like it.
It's music for parents and their children together.
It's like Looney Tunes.
Yeah, it's like Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Definitely not you.
Yeah, Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Slightly disturbing children's music.
Western movies, I watch them with my baby boy on my knee. My lady doesn't get it, it appeals to the rambling bandit in me. I like Western movies when I'm lying at home in my bed and dreaming of riding away.
Well, straight into the sunset, risking my life and barely getting away. Sleeping in the saddle, well awake and I'm gone at the breaking of day. I like Western movies when I'm lying alone in my bed.
Cups of coffee out of a tin coffin right before bed, and sleeping on a blanket under the
stars with a hat on my head. Good old Western movies.
I am dreaming of riding away, playing cards with Doc Holliday. I miss Paul Newman. Well, I guess they don't make them like him anymore. Sundance, can you hear me? I am waiting outside of your door. Let's go down Bolivia way.
What do you say, boys?
Western movies. Do you wanna come over and watch them with me?
I think we finally found our crowd.
Can I clarify for those of you listening at home?
No.
You didn't see it because you're just listening, but
That was an atonal solo. You're welcome.
I destroyed my guitar on the first solo, and
You redeemed yourself on the last one, though.
I had a backup. But
I didn't
think
hear
it's-
it.
I think it's done for finally. We should raffle it off.
What are we doing?
Hero.
Let's do Hero. What's this song about?
We better do it. We don't have that much time. This is a love song about video games. All right? And a 1 and a 2.
Yeah, count it off, Johnny.
I tiptoe past her mama's window. I slipped through the gate. I danced around a sleeping watchdog up the fire escape. But when I got up to a window and I could see she wasn't there, she must have slipped out to the meadow. So I went to meet her there. I climbed upon the highest tower. I looked down at the sea, the burning flames and glowing embers as far as I could see. Somehow I know I'll never find her. I'll probably die along the way. That's why I guess I ran for cover, to live to fight another day. I'll never be the hero that you need, so give up on me. I'm no hero, can't you see? Baby, I'm no hero. Honey, I'm no hero. But all is lost if I'm not careful. We haven't slept in days. The game is hot and Robert's hungry, and it could all go away. Then someone tripped upon the cable and pulled a plug out from the wall. And as our score goes back to 0, this time I really lost it all. 'Cause I'll never be the hero that you need. Give up on me. I'm no hero, can't you see? Baby, I'm no hero.
tiptoed past her mama's window.
Great. This is becoming our favorite song. It's a Christmas song. But the record was supposed to come out in November. You get it. But it's called Christmas Eve at Kroger. It's good to be back in Kroger country. We've been up in the north and trying to explain this to people, and they're like, don't get it. Like, they've never zoned out in the cereal aisle at 3 a.m. at a 24-hour Kroger on Christmas Eve, so they could never understand. But you're our people. You get this, right? About running away from the family and just looking at shredded wheat for a couple hours. Listening to Little Drummer Boy in silence. Tears.
Well, deck the halls. It's Christmas Eve at Kroger. Wake me when it's over and the family goes home. Oh, deck the halls. After all of last year's gifts forgotten, watch the old man soften to the tune of Silent Night. Oh, holy night. Oh, holy night.
Sugar cereal, little projects with the cousins, eating crackling oat bran and watching Die Hard with my mom. Dad needs a hand getting down some boxes and hanging up the light strings all over the house. Give Dad a hand.
Dad needs a hand. Well, please don't fight. No politics at dinner. We're all in this together, if only for the night. Oh, holy night. Oh, holy night.
Deck the halls. It's Christmas Eve at Kroger. Wake me when it's over.
Thank you all so much.
This is our favorite song. We have to apologize in advance for this song getting stuck in your head for the next 6 months. Is it tough?
Goes away if you buy it.
It really goes away if you buy it twice.
It's the only way to get it out of your head, yeah. This is going to be our last one, guys. Thank you so much for having us.
Thanks a lot. We wrote this song about a lady who was standing in front of us at the post office. These are thought bubbles floating above her head that she had no They're probably not in her head. They're just they were my take on what was floating above her head. So she probably likes this and that. She probably liked the movie Thelma and Louise, but didn't like the ending, so she changes it. This is her fantasy. She can do whatever she wants. She want a policeman with a big nightstick, a man in uniform, make her heartbeat skip. She want a real fast car, an overdrive. She wanna bend the law to fit to her lifestyle. Do-do-do-do-do, 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 do-do-do-do-do.
She's swiping left and right. She'll double click that screen. She'll change her profile pic. She'll use her maiden name. Do-do-do-do-do.
She don't know all of the words, but she hums along.
She's like a hummingbird. She's like her favorite song. Do-do-do-do-do. 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 Do-do-do-do-do.
She like the way the wind feel between her toes, liable to up and fly wherever she wanna go. She like Thelma and Louise, but wanna change the end. They don't drive off no cliff. They don't drive off no cliff. They get away with it. She get away with it. She's like a hummingbird, just like a hummingbird. Drive off no cliff, they don't drive off no cliff. They get away with it, she gets away with it. She's like a hummingbird, just like a hummingbird.
Everybody. Thanks a lot. Johnny Fritz, Robert Ellis, Corey Chisel, Alex Joffrey Muller, and Tank Listenby. Thanks a lot, everybody.
Traveler, everybody. Corey Chisel, Johnny Fritz, Robert Ellis. The new record, Western Movies. He wasn't kidding. That song is going to be stuck in your head for a few months. I swear it. What'd y'all think of the show so far? Good? Good. I knew you all would love them. Well, that concludes our show this evening for Farm and Fun Time. A huge thanks to Traveler, Roy, Bookbinder, Jack Beck, Bales Farms, ASD, HVAC, Ed Hill, ARCD, Window World Tri-Cities, Friends of Southwest Virginia, our engineer up there, Josh Littleton, give him a hand. Our wonderful live in-studio audience, give yourself a good hand. You were a wonderful audience tonight. Next month, we're taking off, but we'll be back in July, so don't fret. We'll be back in July for Farm and Fun Time. Don't forget to check out the extension program, the Farm and Fun Time Noon Show with the Poe Ramblin' Boys, made possible by Permatile Concrete Products, and it's Grace's birthday. Happy birthday, Grace. All right, as always, treat each other right and have yourself a wonderful evening. We're going to take you out with a Tennessee song. We started with the Virginia song. We got to be diplomatic. And it goes... Dun, 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 dun. bands will be out here. Make sure to go and check out their merch, and we appreciate you for coming. We'll see you in July.
June 9 for Rodney Crowell with special guest Jed Hughes. Moving forward while getting back to the roots of American music, Crowell still believes in the power